Okay. Really speaking, there is a lot to be anxious about. So don't worry about picking up this book and looking inside. You're not alone. You have a right to be anxious. We all are. But most of the time, it's not the big issues that worry us. Yes, we're all concerned about global warming and the unequal society and the rise of political leaders of doubtful intelligence and probity. But sometimes, it's just the feeling that you're not doing it right, that you're not maximizing your life, that it's all passing you by. All around you, your friends seem to be leading great lives. Everyone you know has moved to Goa, and they all live in a big house with a balcony and a luscious garden. Or they all are on vacation, with the sea glittering behind like an accomplished extra. If they're at home, Ma has just whipped up another batch of some beautiful old recipe that Fuji handed over on her deathbed. A well-groomed dog is doing his adorable shtick, or a cat is behaving with inhuman chic. And you look up from the little screen of your phone, and your life is a sad mess. Even the Pelto Forum in the street outside has decided not to bloom in time for you to combat your best friend's Rokto Korobi pictures. And the anxiety begins. Why is my life not like theirs? The answer is simple. Of course, your life is exactly like theirs. Your feed is as much of a lie as theirs. You curate your world and decide what is Insta-friendly just as much as they do. Your feed is giving someone else the same jitters right now. But when you're not at your best, social media can turn from a way to spend a few minutes looking at all the things other people find exciting into a trigger for doubt and self-hate. Then you discover that the few minutes have turned into a few hours and you haven't done what you were supposed to do. You've been goofing off. More anxiety. Quote, We Are Social and Hootsuite's Global Digital Report for 2019 revealed that world internet users are spending about 6 hours, 42 minutes online every day. That's more than 100 days of online time per user per year. At least half of this time was spent on the phone. Unquote. This was news to me, but hardly surprising. I would be really startled if that number hasn't spiked during the lockdown. In the old days, people stared at you, stared past you, simply stared. Their gazes were not acquisitive. They were looking because their eyes were open, and their minds were not occupied. This often discomfited the busy, the urban, the sophisticated mind workers. But today, the gaze has been turned onto a small screen through which flows everything. Cat videos, sexual material, friendship requests, food porn, family histories, commercial offers, and sometimes bona fide news. No one can keep track. No one ever could. Not since Gutenberg's revolution. But no one has ever expected to. But today, there seems to be no excuse. Your boss expects you to know what she or he knows. She or he also expects you to have a similar understanding of that knowledge and expects that you will have incorporated that similar understanding into your actions and responses. This is impossible because your processing is completely different from your boss's. Because we are all totally unique, except we are expected not to be. Our uniqueness must be used homeopathically, in discrete dilutions, so that we bring innovation to the table, but not personality. What's not to be anxious? You turn to the news and you find that the world has turned into a slanging match. Everyone is shouting angrily at someone else. Everyone is saying that if this is not attended to, the apocalypse will happen now. If it is being attended to, the solution is all wrong. Tomorrow, a new issue will come down the pike, and that will mean the end of the world. as we know it again, and each time the feeling, why don't I care? Or if you care, have I cared enough?